What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Awakening World. It's our Wednesday night edition. I am Love Coach Scott Katamas, and welcome. I'm really grateful for anybody who's watching. Of course, always appreciate our kind of closest friends and family, and we really truly are a family. We're a tribe, and a lot of our favorite closest people are right here in the Zoom room with us. But I also want to welcome all of you who are watching on Facebook. And the different broadcast partners that we have. You might be watching us on Alan Steinfeld's YouTube channel, or our own YouTube channel for that matter. You might be watching on the Conscious Awakening Network or on Humanity's Team, and most of you are watching on Facebook. So wherever and whenever, welcome. Also, a big hello to those of you watching the replay, recording, because I know a lot of our family watches us that way. Now, I'm going to start by sharing of the magic of community, the magic really of this great awakening world community, this global peace tribe that we're all a part of. And we all belong really to many different tribes, many different groups, and we're all coming together, coalescing. So I originally had something completely different scheduled for tonight. And about a little over a week ago, the people I was going to be working with, something came up and they had to cancel. And it was like, oh my God, I've only got a week to do something. And honestly, I thought, well, I guess I'll just have Omashar and I show some video clips from the past. That's kind of always the backup plan, right? And then Michelle Anderson, who's one of my dearest favorite human beings on the planet, reached out and said, Scott, did you get my voice message or my email from a few days ago? And I was like, oh God, sorry, because I'm way behind on email. And I checked and there's a voice message from her that I had completely missed. So I responded to her right away and she said, you know, I was just wondering, is there any chance you could do something to help support this wonderful festival that Larissa Stowe and myself and some of my favorite people are a part of? And I said, you know, the only date I've got available is next Wednesday, July 19th. She said, we'll take it. We'll do it. Okay. Well, to continue the magic of this story, I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite people. She who gives the greatest hugs of all time. And this is, of course, Michelle Anderson. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Scott. Thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just love hearing your voice. I love being here. And really, I am so grateful to you, Scott, for bringing communities together. You are my hero for actually modeling what it looks like to be a conscious collaborator. There's never any competition. You're always there to to help, to support, to uplift and inspire. And I just knew you were the person to reach out to. And that day just it really confirmed for me that synchronicity is a divine appointment with our creator, or with the energies that are creational energies that are pulsing, that let us know we're in the right place at the right time with the right people for the right reasons, so that we can live and serve our divine missions on earth. And when you said that, you said, oh, what you did say, Scott, was this. Oh, no wonder why I had a cancellation.
Right.
And that's when I knew there's something here. There's something here, because, you know, you've always said, I'm here, I'll help, support you in whatever you're doing. And I've been running around kind of fragmented for a while now. I've had a lot on my plate emotionally, personally, and I'm here to support an incredible sister of mine who I really believe in, and I believe in her mission, and I believe in her heart. And when Jen Berryhill reached out to me and said that she wanted to do this festival, that she had gotten it in a vision, she shared her vision with me, and I immediately felt her heart. I felt so much pulsing through me that I knew I had to assist in whatever way I could. And I said, you have my support. I'll do the best I can with what energy I have. And Jen has been a role model to me of a very strong woman who has so much courage and so much heart and love and passion. And she really believes in ceremony. She's a sun dancer. She is now a moon dancer as well. She did her first moon dance ceremony recently. And Jennifer was, I called her Chief Golden Light Eagle's right arm with the Star Knowledge events. She coordinated a lot of his events for many years, and she did a great job. And so when she told me about SunFire Fest, I said, I just really want to jump in and help. And that's what brought us here. And so behind the scenes, the magic that keeps presenting itself is, we go through many emotions, and it feels like initiations when you have an event that you're putting together that's not just a party. It's more of a heart call and a ceremony to bring healing and awakening to humanity and for Mother Earth. Our relationship with Mother Earth and with each other is so important, especially right now. And so, sometimes we get curveballs thrown at us. And we were talking today on a meeting about having faith and putting our trust into our community and our mission. And right after that call, Jen texted our team with a surprise that, knocked us all off our rocker. And I want her to share that with us so that we can bring the unseen into our awareness of what we think is transpiring and taking place. So Jen, I love you with all my heart, and I would like you to share what revealed itself today.
Well, gosh, your intros and the way that you honor everyone that you meet, as always, for me, gets me very in my heart and feeling a little bit choked up in the moment, just because you know how to make everyone feel so great. So thank you for making me feel so great in this moment, and incredibly happy and honored to be in this space with such magical and powerful people in this community. So thank you for welcoming me into your space tonight. And yes, it's a very auspicious kind of moment. We realized that, so Scott hosted an event, an online show, to honor Chief Golden Light Eagle when he passed away in 2021. And it was, Michelle shared it with me. She said it was an incredible time of just honoring Chief and everybody that got to speak, sharing stories and experiences and having a really cathartic experience through that time together in honoring of his passing. And the way that this show tonight lined up, we couldn't ignore that it was just this magical event that was suddenly like opened up for us to be here tonight. And I realized today it's the anniversary of when Chief Golden Light Eagle passed away. So July 19th of 2021 was when he dropped his robe, and Scott Cadamus, did this amazing honoring for him. And here we are on the exact same anniversary, together in this container. And it fills my heart so full to bring that awareness in, because Chief Golden Light Eagle has touched so many hearts and has really been a part of so many people's lives. And to be able to sit here tonight knowing that he's here with us as we're going to be sharing about something that he's very, very actively involved in creating from the plane that he sits in now. And then I'm sure he's just giggling and has the biggest smile on his face, knowing that we're all here again. And he's supporting us on this next, what I like to call evolution of star knowledge. So really, like, what he did for humanity is so epic. And it's in my heart calling and my mission to keep that moving forward. So my mission is to keep the star teachings alive. And so we'll probably share more about that later, but thank you so much for letting me be here with you tonight.
And the magic continues, because to be honest, I went to Images Google, put in Chief Golden Light Eagle, and look at what I found. Are you all able to see that? And so there you are with him. And it's funny that was like the first image that came up. So just honoring Chief Golden Light Eagle and his relationship to so many. Clearly this is a being who, both in life and now afterlife, is guiding, connecting, one of those just great souls. He was on my show, Saturday Night Alive, the Global Peace Tribe, almost probably about 3 years ago. And he was just a delight. We had a wonderful show that he was on. So I did have a chance to get to know him a little bit that way. And I believe you have one more person to introduce, who's then going to share a little bit about the chief and lead a meditation.
Well, I'm very honored to introduce another sister that I just met through this endeavor. And Teresa Stone, when she jumped in and came on board, I felt my heart just explode with gratitude. And the way that you, Teresa, I'm watching how the sunlight or the light column is going through Jen's head. And then I was watching you, seeing the sun coming through where you're standing there by that beautiful tree. And you, both of you, just really light up the world with what you're doing. And Teresa, I have been witnessing you week after week as we come together and really, really strengthening our sisterhood and seeing how you light up every space you come into with the beautiful words that you speak. Your prayers are epic. Your heart is so filled with love. And, we've talked about this event as being a galactic inspired and indigenous infused event. And what you've done is you've really brought our indigenous elders and ceremonialists to this event with such, passion and beautiful hearts for the healing between all of our relations and for the upliftment and the honoring of Mother Earth. So Teresa, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I think you have a special surprise for us as well, right? Are you muted?
I do, and thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Scott, for welcoming me here. And is so profound and beautiful, how the love intelligence of the universe works and weaves through all of our lives. And when Christy Grace introduced me to Jennifer Berryhill about coming in to hold sacred fire and bring forth the native Ute and Pueblo elders that walked upon these lands for long before we decided to have SunFire there, I had goosebumps head to toe because I can feel the frequency of the codes of light that are going to be a transmission to all the people, the Rainbow Bridges, who will be coming to this event, and for that to be received directly to our Mother Earth. And that's what I am a stand for Mother Earth and humanity coming back into harmony with her, and to gather in these sacred places with all of the different lineages to pray and to move forward from our past. I think we're ready on this step of evolutionary consciousness to integrate and receive these higher codes of light, that we may move forward, not forgetting what happened, but move forward from our extremely difficult past. And so I give thanks to you, Chief Golden Light Eagle. I know he's here with us supporting the call. I mean, I feel like I can just feel his shining presence. And not only him, but I feel he comes with a whole fleet of angels and beings of love, light, and benevolence because of the consciousness that he was connected to and with, and still now. So this is, I'm so grateful and so honored to be welcomed into this event and to humbly facilitate and curate the space that is Sacred Fire and Sweat Lodge with our native elders here. So from the depths of my heart, thank you so much. It's a huge testament to my prayers being answered, of the healing and contribution I would like to be for this earth that goes beyond throughout whole universes. So with that being shared, I would like to invite our entire community here. Greetings, so wonderful to meet you. I would like to invite us into some groundedness and a connection into our hearts so we can feel the frequency and the presence of the beings of love, light, and benevolence who are cheering us on as humanity, who are here nestling us in their nurturing love as we're in this very expansive time in human evolution. So taking a deep cleansing breath, giving thanks for the angel of air, for filling our lungs and connecting us with that eternal, everlasting presence of all of creation. Releasing a cleansing sound of awe and really arriving back into your body. And wherever you're at is just perfect. Allowing your awareness of your roots from your tailbone to your knees and your feet. Digging into the cool, nutrient-rich soils of Mother Earth, for we are her children. Allowing yourself to be held by that energy. Breathing up, acknowledging the wisdom that comes from our sacral. The connection to the sun of the galaxy we live in, and the great central sun with our Dantian. and celebrating the emerald green or whatever color it may be for you, vibrancy of your heart and our intentions to live in a pure, beautiful way that honors all of life, with every thought, with every word, and every action, connecting that up to the gorgeous blue skies and our throat chakra. May our words speak life. May our words speak life. Rising to our third eye, may we see the vision for the highest timeline for humanity and hold that with unwavering faith and celebration. The victory is already won. And allowing our rainbow crown chakra to stretch up to the heavens, seeing our entire mind filled with light, connecting us to our sun and the great central sun. Breathing deeply into the expansion of the stars and beyond. Just allow yourself to continue to expand, going beyond the beyond throughout this call in a way that feels good to you, anchoring into the core of Mother Earth and expanding out throughout and connecting with the galaxies that you may have arrived here from. Different times, different space, but it's all the same. And may you integrate that in a good way. And may you integrate this within your dream time. And if you are willing and ready to say yes to the gifts and the blessings of the higher codes of consciousness that come from your own family, your own lineages, transmuting and letting go the past that does not serve, in this open gateway of light that we are being flooded with now. We give thanks to you, Mother, Father, God of all of creation. Thank you that we get to be in these bodies and be the rainbow bridges, the answered prayers of our ancestors. We stand here ready and willing with courage and faith to keep moving forward for the expansion of humanity and the healing of humanity's relationship with Mother Earth, taking our sacred responsibility of caring for her once again. We allow it to be, and so it is. Enjoy the expansion and come back to the groundedness of this call.
I give my life into your hands. I share my love across the land. I show my trust and faith in you. I know that you will lead me through. We know that our world, it is changing faster than we can imagine. We know that our days, they are numbered. This is our wake-up call. So let's live the dream we are sharing, the one where there's love and there's laughter, where people are open and caring. We are one family. I give my life into your hands. I share my love across the land. I show my trust and faith in you. I know that you will lead me through. Look into your divine nature. Look into your lotus heart. We are the new living masters. We are the golden ones. So come one and all to the party and drink of the holy water. It's time to transcend limitation, time to be truly free. I give my life into your hands, I share my love. Across the land I show my trust and faith in you. I know that you will lead me through. I give my life into your hands, I share my love. Across the land I show my trust and faith in you. I know that you will lead me through.
Oh, Mashar, that's a new one.
Um, it's new to you today, brother.
Have you played that before?
I have, but there's so much I kind of spaced really out, and so and this one just shouted at me to be played today because it's about faith and trust, and showing that the divine light within us is leading us through. And as Teresa just said, Teresa, the victory, if you want to call it that, has already happened. We're just kind of catching up with it. And so there we are for now.
I loved it. Hey, and a reminder, everybody, that all things Omashar live at his website, which is his name, omashar.com. And that's where you can learn all about him. And we always encourage you, please buy his albums. And it's best to buy it from Bandcamp because they're the most generous at supporting him. So we love you so much, Omashar. And
Thank you, Scott.
I don't, as I was saying, I haven't heard the song before, so, but
Good. I'm glad.
yeah, I had a new experience, so
Yay.
beautiful.
you,
And it's so fun. Teresa, I'm going to bring you up for a moment. What a lovely meditation, and I'm going to bring up your two sisters here.
It was beautiful, Teresa. There was a beautiful grounding meditation, and because this is the song, which is called "I Give My Life," has a bit of beats after it in it. I thought, is this going to do anything? I said, yes, it's going to ground us. So, thank you.
Oh,
Very
Mashar,
good.
that was so beautiful. Thank you.
I feel your radiance, Teresa, really. And what Michelle and Jen were saying earlier about you, it's true. You light up this room, my room, and I'm sure everybody who's watching, you're lighting up our room. So thank you.
Beautiful.
Well, that's the beauty of you, Teresa, and just watching it come through and feeling it. I so appreciate the gift of the way that you put words together that actually penetrate our hearts and allow our hearts to open, because we can feel what you're transmitting through those words. And when we were in the green room before we went on air, and Scott said, will one of you lead a meditation? Jen and I both went, Teresa. She's the one that gets, I mean, you light us all up. So thank you. I think the audience is feeling the same. And thank you, Omashar, for that beautiful song. And I really was resonating. And I looked down for a minute to try to do that social media thing and share it on my Facebook page so that they could catch all of this that's happening. You know, I thought I was sharing it on my page, and Jen, I was sharing it on the SunFire page because I'm still getting used to the whole social media thing when people make me an admin. But, you know, I always say that the technical side of things, it hasn't always been in my wheelhouse, but I'm open to learning. So this is a process that we're all in, and just feels really good to be here with all of you and to be sharing our hearts together.
Well, I'm going to put up for a moment the website for the SunFire Festival, because we're here to honor Chief Golden Light Eagle on the anniversary of his passage to the other side. And we're also here to support this amazing festival happening near Durango, Colorado, and Aztec, New Mexico. Armstrong, by the way, is in Colorado. So, of course, I'm going to put the link into the chat box, but for everybody watching elsewhere, it's really simple. It's sunfirefest.com. sunfirefest.com. And please tell us, ladies, about kind of how this all came together and what's going to be taking place at the festival.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this, probably more now than ever, just because you can feel how incredibly powerful it is when we come together, even just in a space like this. But when we can do it in person with our feet on the land, eye to eye, heart to heart, hand to hand, feet on Mother Earth, under the stars, under the sun, with the moon, just feeling all the beauty of the connection with ourselves, with each other, with the earth, and all of creation. There's just something so potent and so magical, and everything feels possible. And so this festival really has been a vision and a dream come true in a lot of ways. It started years ago with doing ceremony with Chief Golden Light Eagle for several years. And, I got to have the honor of creating conferences in partnership with Chief Golden Light Eagle. He started the Star Knowledge Conferences clear back in 1996. And we would do gatherings every year on 11/11 to honor that portal and to honor the frequencies that are coming in at that time to really help ourselves and Mother Earth in her ascension process. And so I didn't even realize it at the time, but, a lot of what we would do in these conferences, it incorporated the music, the dance, the natural medicine, the astrology, the food, everything, we call them the 5 arts of harmony. And that's what really carried through as the core elements of what SunFire Festival is going to be, are these 5 arts of harmony, which actually come through with some of the Star Knowledge teachings in the books that Chief Golden Light Eagle walked with and taught for those 25 plus years of, his mission. And so SunFire Festival is really about, the connection to all that is, and an incredible opportunity to receive information and to be in ceremony and have these amazing aspects to help with the integration of the wisdom and to activate the keys and codes that we all carry, because we're all pieces of the puzzle and we're all bringing a magical gift that is so needed at this time. And one of the things that Chief would share is that your gifts are for the people. We can't hold on to them inside any longer. And so my love, my passion is ceremony, and it's also gathering like-minded, like-hearted people to come together to do the bigger work. And so that's kind of my gift, and it does take a lot of courage sometimes and requires me to be really brave and to be in a place of deep trust and faith pretty much nonstop, and that gets tested quite a bit. And I know it's because we're doing something so big and it is going to have a massive ripple effect in the collective for the earth and for all of creation. And so, it's come through vision and dream. And, Chief Golden Light Eagle would always say, follow the dream, follow the vision. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm so blessed to have such amazing people on this production team with me. Michelle Anderson being one, and Teresa Stone being one, and Christy Grace, who is not here with us tonight, but holds a very, very big piece. And the theme that's really, really, really presenting right now is how the sacred feminine are getting we're calling back in our power. We're moving into this age of Aquarius, and everywhere you look, women especially are really coming online, and it's really our time. It's really our time to be in our medicines and to remember our ceremonies. And so, it's just this beautiful collective of really powerful goddesses that are holding this container with me, with the support of the divine masculine as well. And so we're watching all the law of attraction really working. And the people that are coming in that want to be part of this festival are really holding a big and bold light with us. And so I feel like I've said quite a bit. So I'm going to pass the baton over to whoever would like to jump in next. Thank you.
I thank you so much for sharing that, Jen. And as you were reflecting that, I was also thinking how much I would love to anchor that in, because that's so big, what you just said about how we're holding this together. And it's so important that we honor that a lot of people are really doing a lot of work right now. There are so many people coming together and doing festivals or ceremonies or conferences. And some of the other Star Knowledge family are doing events. Chief Golden Light Eagle's daughter, I think, might be doing an event. I think it's 11/11 in South Dakota. They build on each other, right? Where the family comes together and that we all work together to leap pad from one to the next to keep building this container, this energy for all our relations in Mother Earth. And Teresa, I know that you aren't with us for the whole 90 minutes of this program, and I'd like to get you to share about the Indigenous elders that have been drawn to this festival and what they've shared with you, and what your vision is for the wiping of the tears ceremony, and for the fire keepers, and what they've shared with you and what they plan on doing with us as well. And you're there on the land. You're at Tico Time Resort a lot, it seems like. So if you can share a little bit about what the land has shared with you as well, and the water.
Yes, I would be happy to share. The very first event that happened on this land was a transmission for the healing of rivers everywhere. That those rivers can be honored in their divine feminine flow and be able to run free to Grandmother Ocean. The rivers represent the feminine essence on this planet, and they have been dammed, diverted, polluted. The Colorado is piped over to Las Vegas for a water show instead of reaching Grandmother Ocean. And we have stolen that from its original people in Mexico. We took away their river, and their children have not been able to fish with their grandfathers there. And so what is miraculous is in the prayers for the rivers to reach Grandmother Ocean, which is the biggest prayer that I hold in my heart. As of 2014, they released the river in a pulse, and the river returned back to Grandmother Ocean through her native lands of Mexico. And all the children came to play in that water. And because of agreements between Mexico and America, that river is now allowed pulse flows, which has restored this river. The Animas River is one of the only rivers that's sovereign, that isn't dammed or blocked. And it runs from the right here in the headwaters of the Rocky Mountains, right alongside where we are all gathering, right in the middle of where we are all gathering. And she is vibrant and beautiful, and her pathway back to Grandmother Ocean as of 2014 has been restored. And that means so much to me. I was born on that river, on the Animas River. And she runs into the San Juan and then into the Colorado. So that is an example on how when we do our own healing, the mother heals. And as we put the mother first, we heal. And so as a move into action on the mother's behalf, I have been called to this land and have called forth the Wolfchild clan and Nathan Strong Elk and his family. And the Wolfchilds and I have been in companionship for over 20 years doing transformational work, a program called Tioshpe, which is a 6-month look at your life and what you get to take responsibility for and move forward in a powerful way. And that's what we're doing. They have just spoke to their family after Sundance in their Lakota ways to bring forward their relative who was excited to hear about what we are doing and would like to come and participate to offer a wiping of the tears ceremony. And this was brought forth by Crystal Wolfchild. She's my dear sister and she's a mother, that it is time to acknowledge and to give the true history of what's happened to the First Nations people and have a collective transmission of forgiveness, really acknowledging what happened here. Also, setting those who came as perpetrators who did that and whose ever name it was, that they were also perpetrated, that their villages were also raided. And it has a perpetual path of killing and conquering and darkness that our ancestors have walked through. And so what we feel it's time to acknowledge is that it's time to get the original history, the real history out there, which Sheldon Wolfchild is working on his 3rd documentary. And Della Romero Wolfchild is his wife, and his daughter, Crystal Wolfchild, are dear family to me. And they're of Pueblo, Ute, and Lakota and Spanish descent. And so their work that they're doing on the planet is very powerful. Sheldon walked from the Dakotas all the way to Washington in 1950s or 70s, forgive me for not knowing the exact date, as a stand to preserve their ceremonies. So they have been standing for their people, their sovereignty, their rights, and human justice for a long time. And they will be the Native people who will be here holding community council around a sacred fire that will be burning for 3 days straight, alongside with Medicine Chief and Ute tribal member Nathan Strong Elk and his beautiful family, who will be blessing the land and singing songs to the ancestors there, because they believe in us coming together in our oneness, acknowledging the hurts of the past and powerfully moving forward, shoulder to shoulder, no more separation. So this is a big thing that's happening. This ceremony is usually done in personal groups. If a family has is grieving a member going to the other side. And what we're feeling is that whoever feels called will join us for a group transmission of acknowledging the hurt, asking for forgiveness, extending that forgiveness, and acknowledging that it was hurt people who created more hurt. And I think we're ready to acknowledge this and move forward into our higher potential as humanity and take back our rights to live in harmony with one another and disarm the forces that are continuing to stir up war to kill one another for resources, because lack is a lie. And it's time to really take our responsibility back to protect the air, the earth, the water, and the fire. And so that is what we are doing at SunFire Festival. There's going to be a very multi-dimensional sacred space being held, both in lodge and around the sacred fire at the base of the mother tree, this probably close to 1,000-year-old cottonwood tree, maybe 800, if not 1,000 years old. She is ancient, and she is here to witness all of this as well. On behalf of the mother and on behalf of all universes that are healing, is going to bless and send that signal out through all the universes.
Wow. That really paints a picture. And there's so much that resonates with so many of the people that I'm sharing this with, that how important this work is, that we really share deep listening and acceptance and coming into the knowing that we're all one family. We're the human family, and we have a mother earth to thank for our existence as we walk upon her. May we walk gently upon her. And also coming back into the remembrance that life can be a dance and a celebration. And when we experience joy together, that we are uplifting and we are helping with that spiral of evolution that's happening, that wants us to come together and to unite and to celebrate our differences rather than let them divide us. We get to come together with each other. And what a beautiful venue, what a beautiful location that I feel was truly a gift, a divine appointment that we all landed together. And I have great respect and reverence for what is taking place right now. And one of the things that I've been sharing with a lot of our groups lately on my radio show, on Awakening Code Radio, we've been talking about this as well, that the times we're living in are an invitation for us to dig deeper, to do our internal work, and to come back to the knowing that we're here to live in service with each other, for each other, and to find those opportunities to display kindness and love and compassion for each other and for Mother Earth. And what I've been seeing playing out, what many of us have been seeing playing out, is we're being given opportunities to look at our relations with each other. How do we speak with each other? Do we come at each other with tension and anger, or can we come at each other with love and compassion, even if things are crunchy or challenging or chaotic or whatever may be happening? I know that when I look around at all the different things that are happening and all the different groups of people that I know, we all have stories of hardship and strife mixed in with miracles and magic. And I invite us all to consider how we can come together and create more of that beauty, more of that faith and trust and joy as we walk through these times. This is a pretty powerful time to be alive, to be on earth right now. So I also wanted to, something came to me while we were all talking, is that some people may want to be with us in person and may not be able to be there, whether it's a health challenge, whether it's, destination and getting there. And I have an invitation for anyone who wants to be there that can't be there. There's an opportunity to pay it forward for somebody who does want to be there and who might not have the means to get there, but has the passion to be there. And that person may be able to carry your energy and your spirit with them to get there. I had a friend last night who came on our radio show. We were talking about a new movie that's out called Love Heals. I highly encourage everybody to find this movie, Love Heals. And it's pretty powerful. It talks a lot about our pain body and our stored trauma. And forgiveness is a big key component to our own healing, forgiving ourselves especially. And the woman who was with us, Shaman Isabella, said, Michelle, my 17-year-old grandson would love to be there, and I want to pay to send him there to be a volunteer to help. So I'm extending that as an invitation that you may know somebody that wants to be there, even if you can't. And just encouraging all of us to think about that in terms of adding energy to this event, because it's going to take each one of us to rise through these times. And Scott, I know that you're doing that with all of your communal events and inviting people to come to the different events that you're having. Deborah Juicy is doing that. So many people are coming together for the greater good for all. So thank you for painting that beautiful picture. Both of you, Jennifer, Jen, my Jen Berryhill, and Teresa. I think we really have an idea of what is being co-created here. And it's from the deep space in our hearts.
Well, there's another amazing thing. You talk about Love Heals. I hosted the world premiere of Love Heals at the Illuminate Film Festival. I got to know the two gals, both the woman who made the movie and
Dana and Chrisanne.
Dana and Christiana. They're awesome. I've had meals with them. They've been on this show 3 times now.
I love it.
Because I kept bringing them back because I love their story.
Yes.
And they are. They're just exquisite women. So
here we go. Another synchronistic event.
Another amazing, there it is, So yeah, Love Heals is a beautiful, beautiful film, and they're two beautiful souls. And they're making now a new movie about equestrian healing, which I'm sure will end up premiering. So Jen, we haven't heard from you for a little while. And of course, Teresa, what you share has been so beautiful, so dynamic. But I'd love to turn it over to Jen to share a little bit more about your vision for the festival, or what you would like people to know. And I will put into the chat box again. Oh, I think, Teresa, do we need to say goodbye to you? Is this where you're riding off into the sunset?
It is. Bye for now. And really pray for ease and grace on everyone's travels for whoever is feeling called to join us there. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. Much love to each and every one of you.
Thanks for being with us. God bless you.
We love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa.
Jen, what do you want to share about the festival, or even about more memories of Chief Golden Light Eagle as his light? I'm just imagining it's his light coming down onto your head right now that we're looking at.
Well, I definitely feel his presence. And as Teresa was sharing, it's moving past the separation and moving into unity, and what that will require from all of us. And, really being brave enough to do the healing that is needed. And sometimes that's really intense, deep work. And it's deep and intense because it's so ancestral, and it runs very long and deep into our bloodlines. And so, I was so happy when Crystal Wolfchild brought up wanting to make that transcendence beyond the generational trauma, so that there's an opportunity for us to then step into our generational medicine. And so, it just really vibrationally shifts what's possible when we can really give ourselves permission to look at what's really possible. And, as she was sharing it, I was reminded, I was a sun dancer at the Sundance with Chief Golden Light Eagle in 2021, right before he made his transition. And that ceremony, we saw the 4 directions come together. It truly was an all nations Sundance. And we realized it was like in a way, it was a big celebration, as though we did it. We're bringing the wholeness of humanity back together again. And so I felt it was important to share that for whatever reason that was coming through just now. And I think it ties in really well with what Teresa was sharing. Just the power of forgiveness can do so much for us and really level us up into a new plane of love and harmony and unity. And so, like, the unity, harmony, truth, and freedom are aspects of what we call the 5 arts of harmony. And unity, harmony, truth, and freedom are the energies that circulate in our chakras, our top chakras. So from the heart to the throat, to the third eye, to the crown, love, light, unity, harmony, peace, and truth, and freedom are like these virtues within us that we have permission to tap into, because they're portals. Like, those portals within our chakra systems are what opens us up to that full connection to all that is here and multidimensionally. And so I just love that we're going to have this opportunity to gather in such a beautiful place. And I'm learning more and more as Teresa shares more about Tico Time, which is the venue for SunFire Fest. And she mentioned it's right on the Animas River. And this resort is just incredible with everything that it offers. But it's the river with the stage is set on like a beach. And then that butts up against this beautiful mountain. So it's like where the mountains meet the beach. And, I've gotten to experience some time there, and the sky gazing at night is just, it's so incredible. The connection that you feel to the stars and the sun and the moon while your feet are on the earth with the water. We'll have the fire, the beautiful breath of air. And, I feel like all of these components are showing us what's possible within us. Bringing back those deep remembrances. And a lot of times when we're doing ceremony, it is to activate the remembrance. And boy, do we have a lot to remember. And it's time to not remember the traumas and the pain and let that lead us or stop us. And instead, lean in to the beauty of all of creation around us, so that we can really embody the realities that we wish to be in moving forward. And so SunFire Fest, it also culminates with the vision of what's coming up next year. We're going to be experiencing a total solar eclipse in April of 2024. And within the Star Knowledge teachings, there's a messenger called Saturnalia. And Saturnalia brings forth the message that basically tells us that within these blinkings of my eye, we are in a point of initiation. And so it feels like everything that everyone's doing right now, whether it's SunFire Fest or what other festivals and events and gatherings that are all taking place, it's gathering the people together to do bigger work as we're preparing for what's to come with this next explosion and expansion of consciousness that is likely going to be coming in with that total solar eclipse next April. And so, the teachings say, prepare for those initiations, because it's going to have an effect on us as well as on Mother Earth, but all of the galactic aspects that are around us, because they're actually looking to us, they're watching us, and they're seeing how are we going to do this. And we're really at a pivotal point in humanity, how it's going to play out. And so I'm just encouraging anybody that feels that call to be part of this amazing shift that we're facing, and really come bring your medicine and your love. And if you can't be there, do it through your intentions, because we will feel it. And we're bringing something really powerful to the next 7 generations. So thank you.
Beautiful. Well, I think what we'll do next is there's one of my favorite people. I've several favorite people, I must say. Michelle Anderson is one of them. I'm going to bring Michelle up because guess who else is going to be at this festival? Larissa Stowe. Larissa's going to be there. And we love Larissa Stowe. She wasn't able to be with us tonight, but I pre-recorded Michelle an interview with her. And I want to play that. And she updates a little bit about what's going on with her. And of course, she talks about the festival. Is there anything you want to say about Larissa before I start this pre-recorded video?
I just want to say that Larissa is so filled with love and so much a community builder. I have a sense she might be talking about that in whatever you recorded with her. But as soon as we asked her if she wanted to join us for this, she has said yes to every single thing we've asked, every single thing, whether it's helping to promote or being on an interview. We've worked a lot with Sheila Seppi with Conscious Awakening Network. And you mentioned Conscious Awakening Network as one of the networks, one of the platforms I think you said you collaborate with, right? Mm-hmm. She is going to be there with her film crew filming this event because she felt the heart call to be there. She feels what's happening as well. And so Larissa came on with Sheila. We spend every Monday night in June having talks with Sheila as well on Cosmic Conversations. So what I feel so much, there's such a depth in my heart about how we're all collaborating with each other. And I even see in the audience, Connie is in the audience. Connie and Andrew have been on Awakening Code Radio, and I just love their book about the trust frequency. There they are. Oh my gosh, a married couple. I get to see you as a married couple. And I just love them so much. And I love watching that, I saw their name on here and got so excited to know that you're on with us tonight as well. And, I met Connie at an event Connie and Andrew both at an Indigenous inspired event where I think Chief Golden Light Eagle was there. I know Chief Phil Lane was there, and Bavado was at that event too in Sedona. And it just warms my heart to know that this is continuing, that we're feeling how important this healing taking place is to the evolution of humanity and to all of us coming together. So Scott, thank you for inviting Larissa to come on with us as well. And she said she would have been here live, but she was willing to do the pre-record, and I'm curious to see what she had to say as well.
Okay, here is our beloved Larissa Stowe. We're with Larissa Stowe, and we haven't seen her for a few months because she has been busy creating an amazing place where we will inevitably have a Global Peace Tribe retreat near Sedona, Arizona. So let's just start right away, Larissa. Tell us, how are things going with Shiloh, your 12 acres out in Cornville?
Well, I'm beyond excited, Scott, about Shiloh. The land is even more beautiful now than when we first looked at it. We have this humongous area of beach now. Like when I first looked at it, it was all filled with really, really high vegetation. It was hard to get down to the water, and it was kind of muddy on the way down.
I remember that.
And because we had you remember?
Yeah.
Well, now that it was a little challenging, but now that there's been 100-year flood, the amazing part is there was a 100-year flood. It was insane in the spring. But But the awesome part is I was like, gosh, how do I get a beach in here? How do I get sand in here? And Mother Nature came and she completely like took out all that vegetation right down at the front during the flood, and all like a lot of dead wood, you know, that had accumulated, took that out. And so when we came back, Doug was like, you're not going to believe this. He's like, you have to come and see this loss. So I like walked down there, and it's like this ginormous area of red sand beach that we have at Shiloh. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It is so magical, Scott.
Your whole relationship with that property is so magical. The way you found it, the way it found you, the timing of it. I mean, you were talking about, well, we're looking for something in Sedona, and then boom, it happened. And having tracked you and this whole process, it really is one of those beautiful stories of how just so in the flow, this massive thing of buying 12 acres and building a retreat site, but it's been in such beautiful flow for you. And here's another chapter in that flow.
Yeah, it's really, really magical. We have like lightning bugs at night. We've got these big frogs, the bullfrogs, that make these really like they don't even sound like a bullfrog. It's incredible, like the sounds that they make. It's like it's like these sounds like a moose is coming, but it's actually these gigantic bullfrogs, and like the crickets, and it's incredible. So all of that's awesome. We were expecting to be completely ready to go by now, and construction things have happened that I won't go into, but a lot of things have slowed that process down. So, you know, the baby has not birthed. She has not come out that birth canal yet. We got some more contractions. We've had some contractions, but she's on her way. And
I made a commitment to Zenka Caro to participate in a big thing she's doing in September in Sedona. So I will look forward to coming and seeing you at Shiloh, hopefully in September.
that would be fantastic. I would love to have you. Yeah, she should be ready, but you know, like that knock on wood, right?
Something will be ready. Something will be there. All right, let's talk about this new festival that you are one of the featured core parts of. Tell us about the SunFire Fest and the location that you're familiar with.
Well, I'm super excited about this festival. It is like it's between like Aztec. It's like right in Aztec, New Mexico, Durango, Colorado area, and it's at a resort, like a camping resort called Tico Time. And they have zip lines. They have beautiful, like this beautiful body of water. It really, really feels good there. So Shakti Tribe played there at the Serenity Festival in October.
Mm-hmm.
And now Jen Barrymore is on the show tonight, right?
Yep. She's watching this right now. No
right
doubt.
now, you know, she is like the mastermind and the divine feminine energy to help really birth this beautiful festival. And it's really exciting. It's like it's has a lot of energy around ritual and, you know, bringing the different indigenous people together. And, you know, it's just really seeped in the energy of ritual and connection and connecting to the earth. So I'm super excited that Shakti Tribe gets to be, you know, a part of this, and we get to kick off the festival with our music and help raise the vibration, be a part of that. Because as you know, I really, really love to bring people together and just to really bring people into their bodies and movement and dance. And so I'm looking forward to that with this beautiful group of people, that, you know, this beautiful alchemy that's coming together.
And we are, after talking to you, we're going to play one of our favorite videos of you. So people are going to get a chance to hear you sing and play. And tell us a little bit more about Shakti Tribe for anybody who's watching for the first time, and the Weevolution.
All right. Well, Shakti Tribe is my band, and just a wonderful family. My beautiful Shakti family, I love and adore. And, we are really kind of an East meets West with, we fuse mantra and peace prayers, and we go from being really soft and intimate, and I love to bring everybody together, so that we're really together and people experience one another like up close and personal, to really ecstatic, and feeling into that energy of release and letting go. So it's like we take ourselves, I would say, because we love to do this, and our audience is on like a magic carpet ride of experiencing, themselves, all the different aspects of who we are. So yeah, we get really rockin', but we also get really soft and introspective. So it's all of it. Kind of like how we're all of it. I'm very full spectrum.
I love that about you. I love that about who you are as a being, and certainly about your music. And something, again, that I love about you and your creation. You make wonderful creations. You create music, you create babies, you create Shiloh Baby, and you also created the 6 agreements of the Revolution. And of course, we did an entire show on that. And I'll put into the chat box as you speak the link to those 6 agreements. But please just refresh our audience a little bit about the Revolution and the 6 agreements that I'll be posting right now in the chat box while you speak.
Well, the Weevolution for me is, it has been an ongoing unfolding. Instead of saying evolution, I like to say Weevolution, because it's really has been an exploration of how we can come together with like minds and like hearts, and even more so the heart, I would say, and linking those hearts, linking hands, linking arms together, and focusing on what we want to create together with play, fun, enjoying each other, like where are we going? What do we want to focus on? And in the Weevolution, it's really about uplifting, our consciousness, uplifting humanity, truly embodying these ideas, these concepts and ideas about a new earth that we've been talking about, for a long time, but actually being that. And so the 6 global agreements of Weevolution are 6 different agreements that really help. They're based in, I don't know if you want to talk at all about that, just a titch. Do you want me to touch on it? Like the Weevolution, the 6?
Yeah, the 6 agreements are like the charter for the awakening world. It's like, as we go through the birth canal into an awakening world, I feel like you've really identified 6 fundamental values, 6 fundamental principles, if you will, for us to live by.
Yeah, well, thank you. And this, by the way, I would say this wisdom has always been here, obviously. It's so much easier when we take like these fundamental wisdoms that make all the difference, and we put them into a discernible form that together we can look at and we can go, okay, we agree upon these wisdoms, and working with these wisdoms with one another in life. And the first one is plugging into source daily, plugging into source. And for me, source is love. It's unconditional love. So whatever source is, for you, and feeling into what that is. And to me, it's love. So for me, I do my breath work every day. I do my Wim Hof breath every single day. Every day I ride the dragon, which is a moving meditation that truly supports embodiment and creating a bigger container for the electrical current of the Kundalini awakening. But it's also like that incorporates forgiveness work, because we have a lot of that to do with one another. That's agreement number 1. Agreement number 2 is cultivating courageous vulnerability. So that we really give ourselves permission to be completely authentic in how we show up, even those of us who are leading in different ways, because in the past, we've experienced our leadership as always looking like we have it together. And I think it's really important for this new earth for us all to just allow ourselves to be vulnerable, which creates deeper intimacy with ourselves and with each other, and trust too. When we're vulnerable, then we begin to trust each other, because we kind of know that something's up when we're not being fully authentic. It doesn't afford that space for us to be as authentic. So that's agreement number 2. Agreement number 3 is leading with compassionate curiosity and cultivating that compassionate curiosity in life, and really leading with that, leading with that curiosity. And when we do, just being curious with one another rather than jumping to conclusions, which we tend to do with each other, tend to project because of our own woundings in our own life that we've gone through. So when we're curious, then we begin to understand each other more, when we lead with curiosity. Number 4 is practicing radical self-acceptance, really loving the parts, not only the parts that we love about ourselves, but beginning with accepting the parts that maybe we have shame around, so that we begin to transmute that shame. So if I have a belief, a limiting belief that I am not smart, let's say, or that I'm not good enough, having compassion for that part of myself, that it's okay that this is coming up, rather than trying to change it, make it wrong. Instead, be like, it's okay. It's okay that I feel like I'm not good enough right now. It's okay that I don't feel like I'm smart enough. I completely love and accept myself. I understand that comes and it goes. Those feelings come and go. I like to say, like the river that flows through the infinite, because I am the infinite. So it's working with tools that help us to really accept ourselves, radically accept ourselves. Number 5 is respect each other. And by presenting that, it's just that awareness that we're not going to dehumanize each other or objectify each other. We may not agree. We may have different beliefs from one another. And I hope we do, so that we can learn from each other, right? We can grow in different ways. And that to be okay. In fact, that to see it as necessary that we look at things in different ways, and rather than making each other wrong and going, you're wrong, I'm right, you're bad, you're evil, I'm good, these people are good, you're not, because you believe differently, which is dehumanizing and objectifying. Instead, we say, you know what? I'm going to respect that you see things differently. I may not agree with you, but I want to understand, and so I'm going to respect that there's different ways of showing up and being, that God has many different ways of expressing itself, many different fractals, right, of consciousness.
Right.
And number 6, which is my favorite out of the 6, is play together. Get out there, right? It's just like, have fun, create, make stuff up, like, Awakening World. It's like, this was a vision from you and Deborah, right? And then together, the two of you came together to create this show. This was your creation. You played together, and look at all of us playing with you now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're in your sandbox and we're enjoying it with you, right? So, miracles happen when we play together. And if we focus on playing together and how we can create from the energy of play rather than to do and the goals and all of that, you can still create just as much as you would with your goals if you look at it from the perspective of, wow, well, how can we play and enjoy each other as we are creating in life?
Wow.
So those, I truly believe from the deepest, part of my soul, that these 6 global agreements, and I say global rather than just, personal, is because it's like, how do we do this together? Like, these are agreements about the we space.
And I believe Peace Tribe absolutely, and here has accepted these are the global agreements. And there's the document, and this is what I've put into the chat box, everybody. as she was talking. There's the document, you can save it. And I really encourage all of you to save this and, post it up, periodically review it. How are you doing with each of these 6 beautiful agreements? And yeah, we all are learning to respect each other, to honor ourselves, to play together. And we all hope that some of you are going to be able to go play with Larissa Stowe at the SunFire Fest. Larissa, I apologize. I've got to pack up and get to my next Awakening World. I'm actually recording this on Saturday afternoon, and I'm to the Awakening World at the Haven, where we're going to be doing all of the Saturday night shows from, starting tonight.
Wonderful.
So changes, which our audience just heard about. But thank you so much for being with us. I'll see if I can make it out to SunFire Fest. We'll see. I'm juggling, but it sounds awesome. And thank
wonderful.
You for such a beautiful part of the Awakening world. We love you so, so much. And we're going to roll right into a Larissa Stowe video. Here. Yes, we are. We're going to do a Larissa Stowe video. And what I have chosen from the vaults is Larissa, as you know, Michelle, has been on the show many times. But there was a time that I was actually at Shiloh with Omashar and the Global Peace Tribe. And so here is Larissa Stowe and Omashar playing music together for the first time. And it was very spontaneous. Omashar, is there anything you want to add about this experience?
No, nothing to add there, Scott. It was just a beautiful experience as it was. And Larissa, holy smoke, you feel her through this Zoom medium, but you get next to her and your whole being lights up, and you go, wow, this is who you are. Well, this is who I am. And I just, even speaking about her, I'm just feeling so enlivened, and the cells of my body are just going, yes. So, words get in the way. Let's just play the video. And it was a beautiful moment. And the difference between Shiloh then and the Shiloh in September, October, I'm sure will be chalk and cheese. So
all right, here we go.
From the unreal to the real. Oh God, lead us from the unreal to the real. Oh God, lead us from darkness to to light, from death to immortality.
That's a sweet and fun memory. I got to say, I'm going to bring Bashar back up. He's shy, but what's it like for you watching that video, Bashar?
Well, I tell you, I was cringing, but that's just the Brit perfection in me, because the feeling of the vibe that was there was phenomenal. We were only in our hearts, and it was just so joyful. And that's the closest I'll get to almost lip syncing next to her. So anyway, apart from that, it was great. Apart from me cringing, it was great. Thank you.
I love the monk in the back, and the whole time
He was phenomenal.
smiling and in his Buddha nature, and he was the king monk of the whole.
It was phenomenal. Just to the right of where, which wasn't being shown on the screen, was this huge altar with a gazillion Durgas and Hanumans and the elephant dude and everything just there. It was a beautiful
Ganesha.
Thank you very much. Sorry, elephant dude. And yes, it was a beautiful experience, and I'm sure there's going to be something even more beautiful arising.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was great. I really enjoyed it. And everything that Larissa shares is just so uplifting and heartfelt. And I love how Connie was chiming in with, you know, it's so resonant with what Connie and Andrew's
The 10 trust frequencies.
The trust frequencies, 10 assumptions, and their Dance of the Souls online course. So
there's Connie. I just brought you on, Connie, since we're talking about you. And I agree, the trust frequency, their concept in those 10 agreements, you know, it's like everyone's getting the future, you know, they're getting the future through their own filter, through their own unique perspective. And there's a little twist here and a little twist there, but it's really, we are creating the new paradigm. I remember I was interviewing Michael Beckwith before Awakening World. This was when I was interviewing him for television shows. This is like 20 years ago. And I said, what do we do? He said, don't worry about the world falling apart. Our job is to create the new paradigm. Our job is just, the world's going to do what it's going to do. Don't get caught up in the drama. Just work on creating the new paradigm in your own unique way. And that's what Connie's doing, what Michelle's doing, what Jen and Omashar are doing, what Larissa's doing, whether it's the 6 global agreements, which are brilliant, or Connie's trust frequency, which is brilliant, or Michelle doing 10 plus years of your radio show, or Jen spontaneously putting together this festival,
Such incredible times. And I'm getting text messages while we're on here from people that are feeling the energy and tuning in. And it's a message that is so resonant with so many people right now that we all want to belong. We really want to feel like we are united and that there is some hope for the future, and that we are the future, and that our children will have a future. And that's really the indigenous teachings, that the indigenous ways are the ways that lead us through these times. And it's time for us to remember, truly remember who we are, why we're here, what are we doing here? And to remember that love is the most important thing that we can share right now, our love and our kindness and our gratitude. And thank you to each one of you for being here tonight. It really lifted my spirits. I've had a couple of rough days, and yet through it all, there's just so much gratitude for everything we have to look forward to. So I want to thank you all. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Omashar. Thank you, Connie, for being here, my sister. It looks like Connie's going to be really busy going to Chicago at the Parliament of World Religion. She's going to be on a panel with our dear friend Sandy Hart. And then it looks like, Connie, are you going to Australia? You're going to go to Australia to tune in with the Aboriginal wisdom. This is our mission.
For our new film, In Search of the Future 2, The Only Way Out is Up. Our first film was with the Bushmen of the Kalahari, and this one is going to be with the Aboriginal folks from Australia. And I'll put a link to our teaser in the chat, to our teaser to a new film. Scott's in the teaser. And we're full tilt boogie, bringing The Only Way Out is Up to higher consciousness and visions of, and catalysts for people to take and put into their lives and change how we think, how we do things, and let that emergent future come and be what we can't even fathom it is ultimately.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Love
Well,
it.
I want to make a couple of quick announcements. One more time, everybody. Let's all support the SunFire Fest. And again, it's really easy to do that. Go to sunfirefest.com, sunfirefest.com. There is a special discount for our Awakening World family. You can get a discount by using the code Awaken Sunfire. Awaken Sunfire. If you can't make it, buy a ticket or two for somebody less fortunate. Don't go away, because we're going to have Omashar music and hopefully some Eleanor Joy and Ian dancing, maybe others getting up and moving and grooving to the music. My dog is probably going to join us because she's got that Mom Dad energy going. I also want to let people know that we've got 2 really special events coming up this week on the Awakening World. Tomorrow night, we have a very special event live from the Haven in Ashland, Oregon. I will be there, good God willing. We've got Chad Wilkins. And Chad, you may remember him. Some of you who are old timers, you might remember him from being on Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe a couple of times. He's awesome. He is the Mystic Minstrel, and he's going to be doing a live concert. So we will come on at 6 p.m. tomorrow night I will put into the chat box the link of how you can come into the Zoom room. I also emailed just now to everybody, all of our subscribers, the link to the Zoom room, so you can come in to the Zoom room and join us at 6 o'clock. We'll start the show as usual. We'll have a couple of Omashar songs. I'm going to chat with Chad. We'll have a meditation, and then Chad will roll into the concert, just like we did last week with Kristen Hoffman. He'll be playing live to the audience and online for our Awakening World. And on Saturday night, it's going to be an amazing Awakening World show. We have got with us celebrating Mary Magdalene. And you know, Eden Amadora, who's a dear friend, I had dinner with her last night. She just got back from France, where she was leading a retreat dedicated to Mary Magdalene in France, visiting all the locations where Mary Magdalene was in a cave, and the river where the holy waters in Lourdes. Anyway, she's got a lot to share, and she's carrying that vibe. We also have probably the two top scholars in the world on Mary Magdalene joining us, Marguerite Rigoglioso and Elizabeth Kelly will be with us on Saturday night. We'd have amazing music with Omashar, Christine Toulouse, who plays harp, Carolina Mikkelsen. It's going to be a very special show. And of course, Christy Michaels, who helps to put these things together. She's been honoring and celebrating Mary Magdalene and the Mary Magdalene Feast Day every year for many, many years. I think this is the third year that we've done something with her around it. So please join us tomorrow night, Thursday night, and again Saturday night. And I will put more details into the chat box. And for all of you watching on Facebook, join the Global Peace Tribe. We do 3 or 4 shows every week. They are wonderful, and we want you to join us. It's easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, click register, join us, and you'll immediately get the Zoom room links for all of our shows for the next 3 months. And one of the best parts of the Global Peace Tribe shows is Eleanor, Joy, and Ian, who dance. And we are blessed to have them back with us, dancing tonight. It used to be Omashar plays music and they dance, but now it's really they dance and Omashar plays music to their dancing. It's, you know, things have evolved because this is the Awakening World. Take it away, brother.
I believe in true love. It's opened up my heart, leading me, leading you to new beginnings. And I believe in the one love that takes you by the hand, and you hear in a whisper something to show you. Each day a new creation, a golden path before us. Our angel wings they open and soar us to new heights of understanding. Ba-da-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-da. not so far away, a world that breathes as one. So I live for this day and no more tomorrows. Each day a new creation, a golden path before us. Our angel wings, they open and soar us to new heights of understanding.
Let's all twinkle, beloved Omashar. That was a wonderful song. And look at everybody moving and grooving and dancing. I love that. It's like my favorite part of the awakening world now is watching all of you doing.
Yeah, well, it's true. You know that, Scott, every part of the awakening world is my favorite part. it's like no matter how gritty I have been with my day or my week, every time I come on to this show, about halfway through, I start to feel really alive. And by the end of this show, I feel like totally alive. And so where was I before the show? I don't know. I'm just testamenting. There it is.
Well, absolutely. Thank you, Omashar. And you've brought so much to this show. I'm so grateful to you. So grateful. I'm going to bring up our special guest, Jen. Thank you for your dedication to Chief Golden Light Eagle and to the SunFire Fest. And Michelle Anderson, we love you. And the kitty cat, we thank God for our furry creatures. I'm about to take mine for a walk as soon as we finish.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on with you all. And, I just, not to just throw in another shameless plug, but I have a YouTube channel called Moons of Ascension. So if anyone's interested in learning more about some of the star knowledge teachings that were shared by Chief Golden Light Eagle, I have a lot of videos posted on that channel right now of him sharing the teachings of the Makawa Chakpi Wichulka, which are the Earth Star teachings of the 1111. And we're in the Firefly moon right now. So there's a video that shares about what the influence is for this particular moon cycle, which you might find really helpful too. So that's on Moons of Ascension. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you. I love the magic and the love in this space. It's just warming my heart. So thank you so much.
Jen, it's Moons of Ascension as a YouTube channel. Moons of Ascension. Cool.
And there are a couple of pictures that I want to share that Michelle had sent of Chief Golden Light Eagle. So there he is with some of his tribe. He's the fellow kind of here in the back. And then here's a really lovely photo of him that Michelle also sent. Look at that beautiful man, that beautiful spirit, that beautiful being. Mm-hmm. So we feel you, Chief. I'm sure you are in the spirit realm smiling as you see the people that love you and have been so touched by your life. And thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, beautiful Global Peace Tribe. I will see you all tomorrow night or drive to Ashland or fly to Ashland, fly to Medford Airport. We'll pick you up at the airport and come to the show. We'll see you one way or the other, hopefully. Much love, everybody. Have a beautiful
Thank you so
evening.
much.
I'm going to go to gallery view one more time. Go ahead. You can unmute yourselves and say hello, good night, whatever you wish to say, some of you.
Hello, good night.
Hello, good night. We love you.
Thank
What
you.
a treat.
Thank